Hello and welcome. How you doing? Hope you're well. Thank you for being here. Yes, I know it's just literally a bit later on since the other two videos, so it hasn't even been a day. But yeah, we're just gonna get straight into it. Matue, VILAO, and just reading again. This is from the official channel. This is not from Brazilian Trap Lyrics because, again, as I record this, that song hasn't been translated yet. But I do have the translations here. Again, for people who have been following it, yeah, you know that I printed them out. So the first line is the intro. In that dark corner of the room, I hear the phone ringing. Okay, so let's just see. Okay, I'm talking about watch it.
Naquele canto escuro da sala eu ouço tocar o celular, que nem a força de alguém do outro lado tentando me contactar. Eu já vi cada coisa que não vale a pena tentar explicar. Ela me veio num sonho e revelou algo que eu não queria enxergar. Quase 1000 noites doidão, ele vaga nesse mundão. Peito V de vilão, trem,
okay, so VILAO means villain. Okay, V for villain. Love it. Right, okay, let's go back. Almost 1,000 crazy nights he roams this big world wearing a V for villain. A high-speed train squeezes the dog. I'm pretty sure he meant something else, but the literal translation just doesn't help at all. Well, it does help, obviously, because it has translated the majority of the things, but... a high-speed train squeezes the dog. Is that like a saying that hasn't been translated properly? Let me know in the comments.
Que eu não queria enxergar. Quase 1000 noites doidão, ele vaga nesse mundão. A peito V de vilão, trem, bala, espreme o cão. Vai até onde dá pra ir. O sonho dele é subir.
So again, we went from like, you know, trap beats to 80s music, and then now we've gone to what seems like Afro beats, mixed in with some nice 808s in there, but it does sound like an Afrobeat type of track. So again, just constantly keeps it fresh.
Até onde dá pra ir. O sonho dele é subir. Se lhe faltava educação, passa voando com ferro na mão. Mas isso nunca deu bom. Essa novela eu já vi a conclusão. O triste fim do irmão foi ser passado ou morrer na prisão. E a história se repete.
Soap opera, so telenovela, right? That's how we say it in Albanian as well.
Essa novela eu já vi a conclusão. O triste fim do irmão foi ser passado ou morrer na prisão. E a história se repete. Eles cheiram a bosta porque a hipocrisia fede. Estatal de vacilão, eles criaram a sede. Enquanto a polícia oprime e persegue. A meta do menor virou ser matador de Jack. Com 12 anos já sabia bolar um back. Os homens
So is he talking about himself in third person and how he like did all this bad stuff from before, obviously being the villain and living up to, not living up to that name, but sort of almost taking it literally in his younger days, being the villain. But then again, look, he may be a villain in someone's story, but he is the hero in other people's stories. So, it's one of those things, that's what life is, and that's what the world that we live in. It's about balance. It goes for war as well, doesn't it? We deem them as enemies, but we are their enemies. We are the evil in their eyes. So again, it's good. It's good to go through songs like this. Even though I'm not a big fan of the Afro beats, I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of it. I think he found the sound, and I think he may have just lost it on this one a little bit. But I'm actually liking the track in terms of the lyrics, because it's a bit more personal.
E a história se repete. Eles cheiram a bosta porque a hipocrisia fede. Estatal de vacilão, eles criaram a sede. Enquanto a polícia oprime e persegue. A meta do menor virou ser matador de Jack. Com 12 anos já sabia bolar um back. Os homens foi mexer logo com a irmã do leque. Coração de gelo acostumado com estresse, mas esse ele não ia deixar passar não. O sentimento de vingança no seu coração. E se manteve na empreita, esperando a troca do plantão. Bem na esquina do batalhão, ele tá portando um canhão. Avistou Gambé, ele segurou a emoção. O mano tava sozinho, saindo pelo portão. Ele olhou pro céu pedindo coragem e força pra concluir a missão. Bem na hora certa, apertou gatilho
So
apontando.
yeah, it's these types of tracks that that's where I say he reminds me of Drake on this type of track. That's what he reminds me of. Even his vocal stack, to be honest, it's very, very, very similar. Like, you know, his like what they use on his actual vocal channel, it just sounds very similar to what a Drake would potentially use. And that beat as well, that's straight lifted from, again, sorry, not copied, but I mean like inspired from the later Drake albums.
Força pra concluir a missão. Bem na hora certa, apertou gatilho apontando pra sua testa. E fez voar o miolo, as ideias e tudo que não presta. Menos um verme andando na terra, apodrecendo na sacela, disse pro jornal que agora ele é tratado como um animal. Que se ele pudesse voltar no tempo só pra mudar aquele momento, talvez faria tudo igual. Só pra mudar aquele momento, talvez faria tudo. Se ele pudesse voltar no tempo só pra mudar aquele momento, talvez faria tudo igual.
But it wouldn't change a thing. Alright. Oh, that was it. Wow, that was a short track. And I like the visualizer on this one as well, which is handcuffs. And the 3 keys, which were from Castlevania, right? It's kind of, I don't know if it's linked like that, but that's what it, so there's 3 keyholes in them handcuffs, and the Castlevania visualizer had the 3 keys, as if like, you know, these are the keys to the castle sort of thing. But maybe it switched up again, because it didn't give me any vibes from, like, you know, from sort of, like I said, the 80s or early 2000s, like the other 2 tracks did. Well, 3 tracks. So V for Villain. Okay. So again, it was a type of story where he obviously, you know, he was saying, I think he was talking about himself, you know, in the sort of third person, and about when he was younger and the shit that he got up to. But yeah, so you can see why V for Villain, you know, it's that's how he saw himself for a long time, I would imagine. Look, it's circumstantial. Depends where you've been raised, how you've been raised, that type of stuff, and the environment in which you were raised. So everything goes into one. But yeah, so decent track. It was all right. I have my favorites. Obviously, you probably already know them by now. But that was all right. That was a bit more rapping in that one, and I didn't really care for the Afrobeats beat. Not a big fan of it, to be honest. It's very minimalistic, which is fine, but yeah, it's not really for me. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, and hope you've enjoyed the video so far. There is 3 more tracks to do, and they will be dropping in the upcoming days, so please subscribe, hit the like, and you won't miss a damn thing. Good. Right, I'm gonna go. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay alert.